Hey guys, Jackdaw here. Today I'm talking about what you need to hear about Dragon Age 4. Now, jumping into this like a nug on fire, what I've got to say is that Dragon Age 4 will be okay. Now, let me explain. Since Anthem's release, there's been an uproar of fear and anxiety among the BioWare fandom concerning the future of the next Dragon Age title. Such statements are being thrown around like, has Anthem killed BioWare for good, and we'll never see the likes of Dragon Age 4, and is BioWare truly dead? All of these remarks regarding the hypothetical future of Dragon Age 4 and BioWare with no factual evidence don't come too much as a surprise, because we all know that the BioWare fandom is generally in a constant state of worrying and anxiety. However, I've seen a lot of media outlets sharing a few of these same sentiments, and then there's a few of the odd articles thrown in there that just kind of hop on the mainstream regarding this fear for Dragon Age 4. Generally, they are each outlining that Anthem will be the death of BioWare and their role-playing game ways. Now, to be honest, we all know that Anthem wasn't going to be the game that it wanted to be, and regardless if you enjoy it or not, it's actually sold buckets in February, and the team are continually supporting this game from this point on. So who knows what the future for Anthem will be in say 1 to 2 years from now. It will most likely be a much better, improved game. In any case, this game is now well on its way to improving itself with its 10-year plan and content roadmap. Believe it or not, but Anthem will not be the death of BioWare just yet. So rebuttaling the idea that Anthem will be killing BioWare, well, let me now proceed to give you some hardcore truths about Dragon Age 4. To put your mind somewhat at ease, to give you some reason why you needn't fear for the future of Dragon Age. With all the sour content and news regarding Anthem, Andromeda and BioWare's future, let me now give you some hope and faith for the future of Dragon Age 4 and why it's going to be okay. So first up, let me start with the team who are creating Dragon Age 4. Of course, it's under production by the very same team who created Dragon Age Inquisition, BioWare's Edmonton studio, who are utilising the Frostbite engine. Now this may sound alarming since Anthem and Andromeda both used Frostbite, however, so did Dragon Age Inquisition before them. This was in fact the first team to create an RPG using this engine, and actually they did a pretty good freaking job considering. Now it's not set in stone that Dragon Age 4 will be on the Frostbite engine, of course that is sheer speculation, but I imagine it will be most likely. EA forced the developers other than Respawn Entertainment to basically use this engine. But also if you think about it, it'll actually be an easier job for the developers with this engine now. They've worked on it for 3 games, and they can also port and copy a lot of things from Inquisition's state directly into Dragon Age 4, utilising a lot of that game's resources and technology that's already there. We need more Solas animations? Hey, let's pop one out from Inquisition and just revamp it for Dragon Age 4's engine. There you go, copy and paste. We need more nugs around this area? Hey, let's just use Inquisition's nugs. You see what I mean? Now regarding the developers themselves, the people behind these games, well, Patrick Weeks is the new lead writer since David Gader left post-Inquisition. He created the character Solas and has been at BioWare since the Mass Effect trilogy. He has a thing for creating characters named Solas, believe it or not, and other than Gader himself, there's no better man than Weeks for the job at writing the next narrative, especially when this future plot is going to be revolving his creation itself, Mr. Big Bad Dread Wolf. So Weeks is your man for Dragon Age 4. Under his writing we can expect quite an exceptional narrative. And John Epler is his second in command as he is the narrative director. His work includes the entire Trespass DLC story. It was under his damn fine execution and direction, which I say is damn fine because he did a hell of a job with that DLC and its forwarding narrative. Now there's been large concerning rumours back in December about John Epler and his personal political stance, somehow affecting the plot of Dragon Age 4. Now to put this topic short and put it in the bud, frankly, because I've talked about it way too much. First of all, he's a narrative director, not writer. That means that he tries to make sure that there's a cohesive narrative in the cinematics, in the codexes, in the environmental storytelling, just making sure everything is evening up to be telling the same story. Also in dialogue too, he's not actually writing any dialogue, he's not actually writing any lore, any story, he's just making sure that it's being directed and executed well. And also, if you're worried about politics in Dragon Age 4, well, it's always been in Dragon Age, it's not a new plot focus. They're just going to be trying different politics considering they're going to Tevinter Imperium speculatively. So you can imagine that there will be a different political game in that region. Anyhow, his politics aren't going to affect the game, don't worry about it. Anyhow, moving on, Alexis Kennedy has also been freelance writing since 2017 for Dragon Age 4. His work will influence a lot of the dark, shady parts of Dragon Age, as his work is often inspired by his own experiences with death. It was speculated that Alexis was writing something to do with cults, which sounds direct to Dragon Age's dark fantasy roots. So bring on the dark fantasy storytelling once more. Now in terms of the soundtrack, we're really still not quite sure who worked on that piece that occurred in the Dread Wolf Rises teaser trailer. However, I expect the return of Inquisition's Trevor Morris, and if not that, potentially Origins' Einon Zur. Either way, both soundtrack artists are phenomenal, incredible, and just to do Dragon Age justice, we're really going to have to see who is composing this time around. In any case, whoever did that Dread Wolf Rises track, it was beautiful. And regarding previous Inquisition's developers, again, a lot of these guys are returning for this one. Nick Thornborough is returning to do concept art. Of course, he did the new mural in the Dread Wolf Rises trailer. Mark Darrah will be the executive producer once more, and there will be many others returning from Anthem to Dragon Age, since Anthem has obviously finished its production. Now, something you need to know is Mike Laidlaw, David Gader, Ben Gillinis, Aaron Flynn, and many more, they don't work at BioWare anymore, so please stop tweeting at them for news. Especially Mike Laidlaw, he's getting a lot of tweets and he's working with Ubisoft in Quebec now, so leave him alone regarding Dragon Age content. You want to tweet at Patrick Weeks and John Epler instead because they're actually working on the game. Maybe even give Alexis Kennedy a few tweets, and especially Mark Darrah because of course he's producing the game. But Laidlaw, give him a rest. Now moving away from the developers, we know that multiplayer is in the works, but nothing has been said regarding what we can come to expect and how majorly it will affect the single player. All we know is that BioWare were hiring an engineer in January to create this multiplayer mode separately from Dragon Age's single player production. I know all of us are hoping that multiplayer will have no attachments to the single player and it will be its own contained thing that is far away from any single player ties. And if anything, what we can come to expect is perhaps a better horde mode like Inquisition's, hopefully with a better combat system and just more mechanics in there. On top of this, Dragon Age 4 will have major live service elements. That's the way BioWare are going now because of EA. Hopefully this will just be in the regard of the multiplayer mode. Maybe more updates, more characters, more maps, perhaps like Anthem, but just with the self-contained multiplayer. However, again, we're not sure what this will look like. For a single player, it could just be a story DLC roadmap after launch, like Assassin's Creed Odyssey. The treatment of that DLC is perfect. You get so much story content weekly, and then you have massive expansions monthly. And of course, you have remasters of Assassin's Creed 3 and loads of stuff jammed into a season pass. It does live service incredibly well. Here's hoping we could get something like that for Dragon Age 4, having more quality narrative content after launch with one of them road maps that we all love to hear. Now, the ongoing title for Dragon Age 4 is The Dread Wolf Rises. However, this was more likely a fan trailer to build up hype for those who are really dedicated to Dragon Age's narrative. The real title for the game may be something quite different, probably a single word like the previous entries. I like the title Dragon Age Imperium, but that's another I, so it could be too similar to Inquisition. What about you guys? What do you think about a potential title? Hit me down in the comments on a title for the future narrative. Now regarding the plot, it's speculated that we'll be going to Tevinter via Trespass's Ending. More likely the game will focus on a northern faded setting, and yeah, we'll be frontiered by a heavy magic based society with some of the most controversial views in all of Thedas. Stuff like slavery will be hitting on and other deep topics. Solas is going to serve as the antagonist, or at least a contagonist role, will most likely be rivaling this elven god as he plans to tear down the veil, and we will be playing as a new protagonist as we have done the past 3 games. This is just a trend following the Dragon Age franchise, unlike Mass Effect where you get to play as Shepard throughout the games. For Dragon Age, we've always had a new protagonist, and I'm assuming that will be the same case for Dragon Age 4. This is something that Michael Laidlaw tweeted back when he was working with the team, so I'm assuming that it will be the same case again. Now regarding next generation of gaming, we can only assume that this will be a next gen title, so with that we can expect more detail, more quality gameplay and cinematics, especially with the Frostbite engine. With Andromeda, they really aimed to have a very cinematic experience, with animations, body language, deeper cutscenes, 2 people speaking at the same time. They really tried to forward that, so you can imagine what they can hope for with Dragon Age 4, with it being a next gen title and forwarding its animations, cinematics, all of that juicy good stuff. They can really reach for the stars, especially with the Frostbite engine and its ability to really capture detail. Now apparently apparently Anthem was hinted to be influencing the future of Mass Effect and Dragon Age from here on out. Now we can crack as many guesses as possible as to what this means, but I assume it's probably to do with the live service elements and potential DLC roadmaps. Hopefully it's not the multiplayer tie-in, but again we can guess as to what Anthem is influencing. It could just be tighter gameplay, it could be larger maps, there's so many things we can speculate there. Now, we originally were expected to hear something next EA Play on June 9th, 2019. However, EA Play has since been canned, and now EA are following the event up with direct live streams instead. So no large trailer reveal in front of the public before E3. Perhaps Dragon Age 4 may now just have a trailer showcased on one of their live streams. Not too sure how this is going to go because it sounds like a new thing. Then again, Apex Legends was revealed on a live stream, so it could just be in the same vein as this. Now, if not, there is always the Microsoft conference at E3. Not too sure if that would work or not with EA. And of course, there are other events late down the line. Of course, BioWare are always attending PAX. Another idea, Dragon Age Origins is going to be celebrating its 10th anniversary this year. I'm pretty sure it'll be in October. BioWare have always been hopeful for a remaster remake for this game. They've been hopeful. It's a tweet, you know, it doesn't mean that they're making one, but they're at least optimistic about it. If there is a better time to release a remaster, it's on that day. If not, then they could potentially reveal the title or a trailer for the next Dragon Age game. It's at least something on Dragon Age Origins 10th birthday. Now, Dragon Age 4 is expected to be released around 2021. That's 2 years from now. It's currently under deep development as the team are now returning from Anthem to proceed with Dragon Age. It was originally in a skeleton team with a few other developers, but of course Anthem's development preceded Dragon Age and they needed to spend more time on it. Now they're all going back to Dragon Age to work on it in deep development. Other than that, all I can say is Dragon Age 4 is seemingly going to be okay. It's got dedicated, hardcore RPG developers behind it with a powerful engine that they really just need the time to crack on with it. Judging by Anthem and Andromeda, which I've done a lot of this past month, time is something that both those games needed. And I know that Anthem got 6 years of development, but it still needed longer. And it's going to be the same case for Dragon Age 4. They're going to need the time to just develop this game on the Frostbite engine. It's still a new engine for these developers, and they're making a role-playing game, not a first-person shooter, which it's apt for. They're developing a new entire system for this engine, and they really just need the time. Now, the potential is there for Dragon Age 4. All they need is for EA to just let them create their masterpiece. So EA, don't rush the BioWare studio and just let them work in peace to their own internal deadlines. Maker knows that Dragon Age 4 is already under enough pressure. Dragon Age 4 is practically BioWare's last hope. We all know that BioWare can do it. They have the graft for it. They gave us Inquisition. They've given us masterpieces in the past. And the team is still there. So it has the potential. It just needs the time to just craft this game on this engine. Hopefully having Inquisition as a previous experiment on the engine will let them now work on Dragon Age 4 in full scale. And they won't be settling down to previous generation consoles like they were with Inquisition. They can now just go full on with the Frostbite engine. All we've got to do is remain hopeful and inspired for what they can create for the future of Dragon Age. Don't let the clickbaits and the main headlines and the media outlets let you down, unless they have official news. I've seen a lot of clickbait titles of "You should worry for Dragon Age 4" and "You'd be stupid if you're not worrying" and "Anthem is the death of Dragon Age" and BioWare. It's not. BioWare have another chance. Anthem wasn't even that much of a failure. It sold really well. Dragon Age is going on its way. Yes, Andromeda was a mistake, but that's the Montreal team who have been cast down to EA's other studios. Dragon Age is under its Edmonton team with the developers of Inquisition and a few of the remaining Mass Effect trilogy and previous Dragon Age titles. It's on its way, guys. We've just got to be hopeful. We've got to stand above and just remain strong and not get caught in this web of fear and anxiety that the BioWare fandom love to do. Stay away from Reddit and just remain hopeful for the future of this title. It's gonna happen, guys. We just gotta be supporting Weeks and Epler and the entire team at BioWare. Support them. Don't belittle them about Anthem and Andromeda. Let's move on now. Let's look at what they can do for the future and let's just give them support and see where Dragon Age 4 is going to go from now. Because goodness knows they need all of that support. So give it to them. Give them love on Twitter and just remain excited for Dragon Age 4 because it's going to happen in its own time and all we've got to do is wait and just support what they're doing. But hey guys, for all your things Dragon Age 4, the news, the updates, the speculation, the whack theories, the tinfoils, you're already in the right place for all that content. Until the next one, I've been Jackdaw. Be sure to check out my Patreon, check out my blog. But hey guys, have a good one. And I should go. Whoa, 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 whoa.